Hi, welcome. It's another episode on Talent Hub Exclusives. Today promises to be exciting because the guest on the show today is also exciting, if you get what I mean. Now, this is somebody I've known for a very long time, and I'm very happy to bring him on the show. They call him the chairman, they call him the boss, they call him Akara. I'm sure he's going to tell you more about that. So please, without wasting much of your time, join me to welcome AKAN IMOH. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah. So, especially that Akara part, please. The guest wants to know you, please. Who is AKAN IMOH briefly?
Oh, AKAN IMOH is a great guy. AKAN IMOH is an awesome guy. Yes, the Akara part. A friend of mine gave me that name, I think, a year ago. And he said, hottest Akara ever developed.
Wow.
So, it just stuck. It just kind of stuck. I love it.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So, quick one. The focus of today is on focus.
Oh.
Yeah, because we have a lot of talented people out there. They are diverse. There's an adage that says, jack of all trades, master of none. So please, in a nutshell, how do people identify their niche in the industry?
Oh, that's a very big question because, trust me, honestly, I used to be like that. I used to be the kind of person who could do so many things. And even now, I can still do so many things. But I've come to realize that you cannot actually do so many things and succeed. Because what you end up doing is you end up spreading yourself so thin, and then you will not be able to give the best to what you are doing. Wow. So I've always said that there are passions, and then when you look at your passions, you prioritize them. You prioritize them based on what you have available as resources. There are some ideas in your head that you might not be able to execute now. But give yourself 2-3 years from now, you would have built enough resources to execute those ideas easily. So you look at your resources, you look at what you have currently, and let me answer this week. I learned of a theory some years back. It's called the S-curve theory, and it's a very simple, interesting thing. The S is like this, and there's a smaller curve, and there's a bigger curve. And it simply states that start with your smaller curve, and then when you build so much strength, you can now launch out into the bigger curve. So start with something small or something that you can actually succeed in. You need to learn to taste success. So if your passions are many, just look for one that you can do, and then when you succeed in it, it will give you much motivation to push and do so much bigger. Just like some companies or some people, they start out as a particular brand, and after a few years, you now say they're launching into so many other things, and it's easy for them. Everything's just working up because they built something on ground already. So I think that's just the best way to go about it.
Wow. So from what you've said now, is there a difference between talent and gift? Because I think gift is diverse, but I think talent is specific. So, is there a difference?
I honestly don't understand when you say gift is diverse and talent is specific. I just believe that everybody is talented. And everybody is gifted. To me, I just say that it's the same thing. Everybody is talented and everybody is gifted. The only thing I like to say is that there is now a difference between that and skill. Because I like to say that we all have talent. But when many people, the problem they have is that they don't mechanize their talent. When I say mechanize their talent, when you have talent, training needs to come into your talent. So we have so many people who are singers in their bedrooms. So when they want to take their bath, they produce one full album there. But they have not done anything, they have not gone through any training, they have not put discipline into it. So it cannot become a skill. So that way, you cannot make money from a talent. See, you only get chicken change money. But if you really want to make something out of your life, it has to turn to a skill. So that is why companies will pay you for your skill. They pay you for your skill set. They don't pay you because you sing in your bathroom. They pay you because you now have a song, a track, or an album. That's why you get money, and that's why you get fame or any other thing. So talent is just the basic. Then you have to move on through training, through capacity development. Then you can now say, I have a skill set.
Wow. So in summary, talent is the raw material, skill is the finishing product. Wow, that's very good. That's very good. The world is full of young potentials out there. So, do you have 3 words for upcoming talented people out there? 3 words that could motivate them. 3 words that could make them bring out the best in them.
You know how I'm laughing?
Why?
What just came to my head? It is well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
really need that in this
Our
society.
country is crazy right
We
now.
need that in Nigeria.
When you see a young person who is trying to make something out of his life, just tell the person, my brother, it is well.
Wow.
It is well.
It is well.
Well, honestly, young people, there's a bright future for us.
Okay.
I don't want any young person to look at your surrounding or your background or the country. Everything is looking a bit down, but I need you to always, the worst thing you can do to yourself is to lose hope.
Okay.
If you lose hope, you will never achieve anything. So every morning when you wake up, you need to do a faith confession. You need to tell yourself, I'm the best, I can do it. You need to walk in confidence.
Okay.
Because I saw a statement somewhere one time and it said, if you demand things, the resources will bow down to, resources will answer you. It is what you demand for that you will get.
Okay.
So we need to place a demand. We need to wake up and say, I must get a contract this month, and work with that mindset, and you will get a contract.
Wow, that's good. All right, so we know you as a brand person, so we are going to include this. People have brands, and there's surely competition out there. So how does somebody stick to the brand and not allow competition take him off lane? You know, if you understand.
What do you mean now?
Like for example, we have a brand of Pepsi, which is going to come up later, and we have a brand of Coke.
Okay.
So how does Pepsi remain Pepsi and not allow people to say, Pepsi and Coke, there's nothing different?
Now you're putting me in the middle of two brands.
Yes, because trust me guys, the next session is going to be interesting.
What
but before that,
they are my brand, what if I'm a brand ambassador to them?
that is what the audience are going to get. But please, before we get to that session, please just tell us, how do you stick to your brand
I'll
and miss
answer that.
competition?
I'll answer that because in branding, we're very diplomatic, so we'll never say one is bad and one is good.
Okay.
Like I like to say, there are different strategies that brands use, different brands use, and I always say what works for you. Different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
Okay. Since we're talking brands, let me mention brands. We have Naira Bets.
Okay.
We have
Bet Naija.
Bet Naija.
Lions Bet.
Lions. So many, and then we have Baba Ijebu. So everybody has its customers.
Okay.
Baba Ijebu still has people who go and play those red shops there.
Okay.
And there are still people who play
Naira
Bets. Likewise, we have Alomo, we have Concreon, we have mentioned them, there are plenty of and then we have Origin Zero. We have Origin, actually, the Origin Bitters, right?
Okay.
We have the Origin Zero. So there are people who, and all of them have their own brands. We have MFM, we have Sele, we have Daystar, we have Foursquare, and people attend all these churches.
Okay.
So one thing about branding is actually who you are, your values.
Okay.
So if you have a personal brand, like I like to say, get 3 words that can perfectly describe you. So when you know those 3 words, you know that this is me. I don't go outside of this thing. So anything that does not go in line with this, your 3 values, you don't do them.
Okay.
So if your values are, let's say, unconventional, like me, I like to say I'm unconventional, intelligence, and probably anything you do must go in line with that.
Okay.
So that is your brand. And don't ever begin to compare yourself with other brands. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Don't begin to compare yourself with other brands, with other personal brands, with other people. It might look like somebody else is achieving a whole lot because he's doing things in a certain way. That is his brand. If you go into that and it's not your natural, you will struggle there. So stay where it is your natural.
Identify your niche.
Identify your niche and stay there. There's some people who are very good in speaking comedy and in speaking pidgin, and when they come out, they will speak pidgin, everybody will laugh. If I speak pidgin, you run away. I can't speak pidgin well. I know I can speak English, so let me stay here and be speaking my English. There are people who will call me to anchor shows because of the way I can speak English. But I know if they want to come to go and anchor a show in Warri and speak pidgin, I won't go for it because I'm going to struggle. Know your brand and then just stick with it.
All right. Trust me, guys. Left for me, I will just go on and on and on. But coming up next, the Pepsi story and 60 seconds challenge. We'll be right back. All right, we are still here with the AKAN IMOH, the chairman, the boss. You can go on and on and on. Now, we are here for the Pepsi story. Please, in a nutshell, how did you fall in love with this brand and what actually made you stick with this brand?
Oh, Pepsi, my Pepsi. Well, I don't know when I began to fall in love with Pepsi. I'm a soda person actually, so I take soda or every type. But at the point, I just decided to take one, and I started falling in love with Pepsi. But if there was anything that completely converted me, was when they did their Caribou campaign, what they are still on.
Okay.
That campaign was an amazing blowout. He killed their competitors straight down. I don't want to mention names. But I just fell in love with them. I fell in love with, I'm a strategy person. I like to do a whole lot of strategy. So that campaign was a very strategic one.
Okay.
It was a campaign that was well thought out. It was, you could see that there were very, very smart brains behind it. So I loved it. Awesome. And I remember I wrote an article once, but somehow, social media has a way of pirating everything. Okay. So I wrote an ad copy one time, and a Pepsi ad copy. Interestingly, I put it on my wall, and it went viral. It went everywhere. It went so viral that now this pained me because this touched my heart, seriously. Very interesting ad copy. And it went viral. People started picking it from my Facebook wall, and then they were passing it on WhatsApp as BCs. Oh. So it went round as BCs. When I say it went viral, trust me, it went viral. Then I had a friend who was doing an IT in Pepsi there, and then she told me she was going to talk to the brand manager and everything. So when she approached the man, you know what the man said? The man said, I have actually seen this. Somebody has sent it to me as a BC, but it came with the name Fanta. So the guy said he's not sure. The whole thing is looking dicey. He doesn't know which is original. He doesn't want. It became complicated and everything. So I felt so bad that wow, this thing went. But as much as I felt that, I felt happy that I could actually write an ad copy and then to go viral that much. But I fell in love with Pepsi, and I think I loved them. And then I like the fact that it sold for 100 naira. People in traffic, they know that it's a traffic brand. It's a brand people buy when they are in traffic. Okay. Lagos Go Slow is not a. See that we invented the word go slow. So when you want to buy, you don't need to start looking for change, 150 or 1. It's just pass your 100 naira to the guy selling. The guy gives you one bottle of cold Pepsi. Transaction is over. We're a fast-moving country.
Wow. The managing director must know you.
He must know me.
He must know you.
Okay, in 60 seconds, I want to just say something. I want to talk about how to be the best at what you do, how to achieve success at what you do. And I'm going to break it down into 3 different key points. And that is 1, content, 2, branding, and then 3, networking. Now, I always say that content is very key. You must be the best at what you do. You must know what you do. Like if you do a business or you run anything, you must actually understand it. That if they wake you up from sleep, you are able to say something and say it very well. Now, branding, you can be the best at what you do, you can know everything, but yet your branding is bad. You might not be able to sell yourself, so you should learn presentation skills, because when you stand in front of people, they see you before they hear you, so they want to see that you are presenting it well. And then thirdly, networking. You say you can know everything, you can do the best branding, but you don't have the right people to sell you. So you need to understand that you must have strong relationship skills. You must meet with people, you must know how to connect and network with people. With those 3 things, you'll be able to achieve a whole lot of success in whatever you do.
Talk about spontaneity, talk about being a talkative, though in a positive way. This guy is everything. The AKAN IMOH. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself on the show today. So if you like the 60 seconds challenge, share your views and the links below. Follow us on Instagram, like our page on Facebook, and be sure to come to the YouTube channel, Talent Hub Exclusives. I remain your host, Benga Boyega. And please don't forget, people that you want us to interview, share your details as well in the link below. God bless you. See you soon.